Gamers, who's ready to get spookied?
The last transmission from the captain's dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours ago. When you locate Captain Keyes, radio in, and I'll come pick you up.
I'm gonna say it right away. These next 2 levels, I have oh, god damn it. God damn it. Give me a second. Of course, they're gonna mess with my controls. Give me a minute here. Look inversion, y-axis. There we go. Much better. Okay, I was gonna say, and yes, I play with look conversion, don't at me, please. I have very high expectations for these next 2 levels. I think on a modern engine, modern art, you can do so much, and with the library being such dog shit in the original game, the amount you can do to rectify that. Like, this is your chance to rectify that. So I'm very excited to get spooky with you guys. In other words, though, this is something I've been thinking about recently. What in the fuck happened to Post Malone, man? Like, what is going on with that shit? I just got recommended some old Post Malone videos for songs on YouTube, and I gave them a quick glance, and it just made me sad, bro. It just, like... I'm on... Oh, yeah, you can see. I like how they're doing that. That's kind of cool. The little flood prelude. Oh, what the fuck happened, man? Okay. My control... So, there was an update. Recon. There was an update to the game that apparently got rid of all my controls. So that's really cool of them to do that. But as a certified country hater, man, we lost something there for sure, right? Like, gee, there's not really any elites in this mission. Maybe the ARs that played a hold. We lost something with that. I'll say that right now. Like, fuck, man. Some old Post Malone really goes hard, and country in general just does not go hard. But look at this shit. This shit's pretty gas, man. Like it's looking pretty good, at least to me. The changes apparently buffed the or made the hitbox to stagger jackals larger, which is nice. I wish nice little spoilers there.
Sorry if it might be a little bit laggier than usual. I'm doing this during a commercial of IPL 4 for StarCraft 2. And who was just playing? I forget. It's Marine King Prime versus White Raw. Pretty good series. White Raw, definitely the underdog in that series, but ended up pulling out a win, and so it's the 3rd game's coming up right soon. So yeah, we're gonna. Those were Covenant probably. Coming down here.
I like that. Honestly, I kind of wish there was a little more glass visor wetness from the rain. I think that would add a lot here. But whew, shit, that looks sick. But yeah, you know, we'll wait for Post Malone's return. It is what it is. Quite unfortunate, but there's not much else you can do about it. What else is up? I don't know, man. This is just my personal diary at this point, playing through Halo. This is an interesting effect. I wonder if that's from the rain they're trying to do. I don't know. Not my favorite, but a lot of blood. I like the blood. That's one thing I've noticed from the old footage and new footage is the blood in this game so far is not nearly as cool. In Halo 1, they had like really interesting blood effects that would just really just splatter everywhere and not go away. So far in this game, I'm not feeling the same vibe, unfortunately. And also, I'm just gonna say this again, having to fucking log in every single time the game launches and open my phone to the Microsoft Authenticator and enter that bullshit every single time is just pissing me the hell off, man. I'll keep it a buck with you. It is getting quite annoying. I'm liking this, though. It's still very true to the original, nothing too crazy. Since I speedran this game, I know the route. Like, I obviously know we have to go down there. And then the flood area is over there by the end, because during the original speedrun, there is a... Let me clear these guys out first. There is a trick that you can clip into the wall there and hop up there and basically take you immediately to the end of the mission. Or at least to the flood part of the mission. These are... Oh, it's kind of lame you can't see through these. Part of the joy of the original was being able to, like, peek through these and see some crazy shit.
Huh.
To kind of add to that ominous factor. I like the blood everywhere, though. That's still pretty tight. I do not like... You know, interesting. The jackals have needlers? There never used to be needler jackals in this game. I'm pretty sure. I don't think so, at least. Let's see the flood guts. Flood guts are looking good. I'm not the biggest fan of having markers everywhere you need to go still. It's not my favorite. Let's see what's up here. Kind of fizzles away, eh? So yeah, topic for this video. It is... Okay, at least they have some of these open. This is nice. We get to see some guts. Also, AR is good against the flood comparatively to plasma weapons, so that's something to keep in mind. They did make this a lot darker. Like, definitely like the darkness and the kind of ominous nature of it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Cool. Yeah, so topics for this video. I was thinking of some topics. I don't know, just random. Hey, buddy. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. Maybe the level's actually interesting.
Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Ah! Ah! Don't touch me, you freaks! I won't be like you, I'll die first!
You're not even aiming at me, bro.
They won't get me!
They didn't even set this guy to be shooting at me. He's just shooting at...
Stay back! Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Ah! Ah! Don't touch me, you freaks! I won't be like you, I'll die first!
So again...
Nothing? Okay, that's a little sloppy,
That's
man.
what I did. Play dead. They took the live ones.
Oh, he's not... He doesn't get one tapped either. Oh, you get a skull for killing him, though. That's cool. What kind of skull? That's just wrong. Kind of funny. Alright, I'm into it. I mean, you gotta put him out of his misery, though. I always did that in the game. Maybe that's like a self-report. I don't know. Maybe I'm like... Need to be fucking mentally... analyzed or something, but... You know, it is what it is. I was planning on talking about... I was thinking for this series, like, for random-ass topics and stuff, just chatting about, like... It's so weird. I feel like ever since this update, the artifact... I'm getting, like, weird rendering artifacts. Is that just how the door is? There's some weird rendering artifacts there. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. It's giving a little bit of off to me, but I was just thinking of picking topics that I've like been interested in for the last little bit. And with the, juxtaposition of the old footage could be interesting. We're already here. I forgot how short this level was. So I was planning on talking about like personal finance a little bit in this episode, just because that's what I've been into for the last little bit for a while. And we're in a particularly weird intersection where there's such a bull market that there's a lot of Dunning-Kruger going on, and I just kind of wanted to comment on that a little bit. But we'll watch this. This is one of the best cutscenes in the entire game, so I'll just let it play. We're in a horror game now, boys.
Why do we always have to listen to this old stuff, Sarge?
Watch your mouth, son. This stuff is your history. It should remind you, Grunts, what we're fighting to protect.
Hey, if the Covenant want to wipe out this particular part of my history, that's fine by me. Yeah, better it than us.
You ask real nice next time you see them, Vicente. I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige.
LZ looks clear. I'm bringing us down.
Go, go, go!
Take a look, Jenkins. Mendoza, move it up. Okay, let's move.
Wait here for the captain and his squad. Then get your ass inside.
See the rain there? That's what I was hoping they would do with Chief's
Sir.
visor. I think it'd be cool.
Right,
just
let's
in
get
this
this door
level.
open. I'll try, sir. But it looks like these Covenant worked pretty hard to lock it down.
Just do it, Moraine.
Yes, sir. You better have a look at this, Sarge.
What you got?
Covenant. Lots of them. Except they're all dead.
Show me.
Which is weird, right? I mean, look at it. Something scrambled the insides.
What's that? Plasma scoring?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an accident, you know, friendly fire or something?
What do we have, Sergeant? Looks like a Covenant patrol. Badass elite units. All KIA. Real pretty. Friend of yours?
Nah, we just met. I got a bad feeling about this.
Boy, you always got a bad feeling about something. What the?
Captain, Sarge, can you hear me?
What's going on, soldier?
We've got contact. Lots of them. But they're not Covenant. They're just tearing through us. What the? Oh, no!
Corporal, do you copy? Over. Mendoza, get your ass back up to second squad's position and find out what the hell is going on.
But
I don't have time for your lip, soldier. I gave you an order.
But Sarge, listen.
What is that? Where's that coming from, Mendoza?
Everywhere. I don't... Above you! There! Get out!
Let him have it!
Get out! Get it out!
Hold still! Hold still!
God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapon! Sergeant, we're surrounded.
Sweet mother. There are too many, Sarge!
Don't even think about it, Marine!
Oh, this is local!
Get back here, Marine! That's an order! Jenkins! Behind you!
So quite a long cutscene, but it does explain quite a bit, and everyone's dead.
Overall, pretty good job. I liked how they did that. True to the original. Pretty well made. Did he destroy that, or did he just grip it hard? That's what she said. Let's kill some fucking flood, boys. Get the flashlight on. Like this. But yeah, as I was saying before that cutscene, we're kind of at a point in the market, and we went through this cycle, at least so far in my life, multiple times, where the AR is quite good against these guys, thankfully. I have heard from a friend of mine that they kind of... Oh, they run away and hide now. That's kind of cool. Heard from a friend of mine that these guys can actually hurt quite a bit in this version of the game, so I'm not gonna take it too lightly. Where, like, with COVID and everything, you kind of saw this as well before COVID. Not to the same extent we have now, where if you just have, like, a pretty large bull market, you start to see, you know, people... Oh my god, really, I'm not... Oh god. Hold up. I need to focus up here for a second. You do start to see a lot of people who, you know, in the last, like, 5 years or whatever, who has had nothing to do with finance, start posting, like, you know, they're the next Warren Buffett and shit. And this isn't just necessarily people you know, but just people on Reddit in general and whatnot. Oh, they do have shields. Oh, that's gonna complicate things. Where there's a clear cycle on Reddit where you kind of have certain subreddits. Okay, they're dying pretty quick at least. Certain subreddits that are just pure happy posting non-stop. I don't know how to explain it.
Another full legendary playthrough, because I just hated this level as a kid. I really strongly disliked it, if you guys consider.
Or there's certain subreddits that are very loud, like constantly loud, and as soon as there is any sort of fluctuation in the market at all, it becomes just an absolute fucking catastrophe for them. Like a day where something drops like 3%, let's say, it gets catastrophized so hard, and so fast. And then on the good days, everyone's posting like it's the fucking, I don't know, it's another 20% boom coming in their way. I guess what I'm trying to say is I've been getting very much tilted by the amount of Reddit investment gurus on my fucking timeline recently, to a pretty absurd extent, when in general the vast majority of people have no idea what they're doing or anything about, you know, fiscal responsibility and correct. You know, I borderline hate saying correct, but actual like nuanced personal finance decisions. Wall Street Bets has kind of done irreparable damage. I don't get why some of these guys have shields and some don't. So the red ones have shields, the blue ones don't. I'm also out of AR ammo. Yeah, that doesn't help. Not having AR ammo is tough here. Wall Street Bets has done quite a lot of fairly irreparable damage, in my opinion, to people's investing psyche. But I think that's just kind of part of what makes investing hard for humans just in general is the ability or the amount of the time people overestimate their actual abilities for anything. It's just outstanding. And I think that when, you know, a Black Swan I did mention this a little bit in the SC video, but when a Black Swan does eventually happen, there's gonna be quite a reckoning for a lot of people. And that's just kind of how you learn investing. Like, I had my fair share of stuff like that where I'd buy, yeah, this is the way I want to go. I just want to look around for a small man. Where I want to buy, or where I would buy individual stocks. Some of them worked out, some of them failed miserably. And like, what the hell, dude? And my biggest loss ever, for instance, was on a single individual stock and stuff like that, where you kind of get like one or, man, there's a lot of these fucks, where you sort of get one or two. I should save my M. I really hope there's a shotgun here. I kind of wanted to look around, but I guess I won't. I'll go this way. Fuck it. Nice, we do get a shotgun. That's great. Great news for the kid. And you, oh, terminal, nice. Let's get that. So everyone gets one, and you know, I'm not gonna, you know, it is most likely a lot of people's early days of investing, and there is a huge fever where if you didn't get in on RAM stocks or AI stocks or whatever, that you're like, why is it so blurry all of a sudden? It's so weird, these effects in this level. Or you didn't get on like ground floor of the AI stocks or whatever, that you're late. There's huge FOMO. You want to, you know, start taking higher risk. You want to start using leverage. You want to start buying individual stocks, and you just haven't had they just haven't had the chance to get burned by it yet, I guess, on some level, right? So there's that nagging voice in the back of your head telling you to do that constantly, where you're just gonna lose money long term. You might not even lose money long term. It depends. It depends on how strong your hands are. You know, if you're diamond hands, you probably won't lose money long term. I'll say that right away. But I think a lot of people are in for a wake-up call when they realize that, hey, holding the diamond hands is actually going to be way harder than you expect, and that kind of comes down to the risk tolerance question of it all, where most people heavily underestimate their risk tolerance when it comes to investing. My risk tolerance personally is like slightly higher risk than most people, but oh, overshield, nice, but not anything crazy. So for someone like me, 100% equity to 80% equity, 20% fixed income is pretty fair. A lot of people don't even think 100% equity is high risk, which is also pretty hilarious. Maybe I spend too much time on, oh, finally an AR guy, human form, nice. Maybe I spend too much time on Instagram and shit, but the amount of just absolute pure bullshit financial advice in general just never fucking ends. It's a constant stream. Did I get the OS? I didn't. It's just a... Wait, what? Oh shit, do they respawn unless I like melee them? Oh, I hated that mechanic in future Halo games. I guess it's in this game. That's unfortunate. But yeah, it's just an endless slew of terrible financial advice that is, you know, not regulated, and ooh, that's fucking sick, dude. That's cool. Once you get to the lower levels, it becomes super super flood moded, which is sick, dude. Want to use both of these and then grab. Oh fuck! You can't grab this one while you're camoed. That sucks, dude. Okay, well we're gonna ignore these guys then. If we're camoed, might as well. Because that shit messes with people's future, and a lot of people just don't know better. They don't have their expectations set right for what they're doing. And like they're gonna get burned. Like I said, we saw it during COVID where people completely fucking. I don't want to use my shotgun shells for this, but I do have a lot of ammo. Probably fine. Where people like got completely cooked and they sold, and luckily I never sold, but it took, you know, 2.5 years or something to get back to even. And shit went down. I forget the exact percentage how much went down, but it went down a lot, and some people just got completely massacred to the point where they couldn't recover or they panic sold. And like, yeah, the risk tolerance question, people overestimate that way too much. I think a lot of people need to, I don't know, maybe it's just my experience playing poker so much and stuff, but it really does help you assess risk tolerance and bankroll tolerance. And when you're gambling with your life savings, which is basically what investing in the stock market is in some way, is gambling with your life savings, especially if you're doing high risk investments with leverage. When your life savings start getting evaporated in front of your eyes every day for months on end, I think the will to sit there and watch it will dwindle a lot faster than people realize. Kill these guys here. I like this. This is sick. I'm gonna give that a little bit more of a look-see here. It's cool. Oh, it does make sounds. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of my rant. I've kind of been grinded down by the algorithms of just farming me for rage, I guess. It's not like I reply to them or anything. Like, I'm active on some personal finance subreddits, but it's not like I'm replying to like shit on Instagram or anything. But it's draining, and you start to just hear conversation and of people who generally think that they know what they're getting themselves into, and you just know deep down that it's not going to end well for them. There's not really much you can do about it. A lot of people also don't like talking about finances, I found. Okay, stop respawning. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, it's these guys. Yeah, see, I hate that. Not a fan of that mechanic. I don't like the respawning flood mechanic. Like, it makes sense for like how the game works or how the guys are kind of meant to function, but I'm not the biggest fan at all of it. These guys kind of hurt. But anyways, yeah, that's my rant. If I have anything to say to viewers, it's just to be a little careful, be a little skeptical. Do a little bit more research on pure investment fundamentals and why they are considered fundamental, and rather than just like old boomer advice. Don't buy individual stocks. Don't use any leverage at all. There is a academic argument to use some form of leverage when you're young, 2x at most, which I know a lot of people are doing way more than 2x, but 2x at most leverage. But the problem with 2x leverage is, even if you're young, there's going to be a point in your life where you lose 80% of your money. Like, there will be, it's guaranteed. There's going to be a point in your life where you lose 80% of your entire net worth. And you have to be ready to ride that out. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't think there are very... Ooh, I hope I don't die. We got to go deathless. I'm inclined to say there's very few people even on Earth that could hold on during those times without at least severe mental health consequences. Like when I go and do personal finance stuff, I try to optimize for peace of mind and optimize for the least amount of stress possible, while still making as good of returns as possible. So it's a balance that everyone has to strike, and that's with finding your risk tolerance and then choosing your allocation based on that risk tolerance, and not the other way around. It's all factoring risk tolerance. The best investment you can ever have is one you don't sell. Anytime you ever I need shotgun ammo. God damn it. Like, once you sell, you've lost is essentially the key, no matter at what point you're at. So, yeah, just be careful. That's all I can say. I think the market right now, I can't say whether it's overvalued or not, but there will always come a time where shit hits the fan and culminates into a disaster for everyone, and that is just going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's a matter of when, not if. And you really need to be prepared for that. But also don't be bearish. Like, I think optimism in the markets is always gonna reward more than pessimism. But you need a good holistic investment strategy that can stand the test of time and not just try to print money for a short amount of time. But yeah, that's my not financial advice. It's more so just my current feelings around the investment advice I've been seeing on TikTok and shit. That's all. I do the shotgun is oh shit. Shotgun's quite punchy. I've been liking that. It's quite nice. Oh, no, my guy. Oh, there's a lot of guys in there. Oh fuck. Let's go back out a tiny bit here. Investment and actual good investment YouTubers I'd recommend is like Ben Felix. It kind of depends on where you're at too. But Ben Felix is kind of the quintessential goated investment YouTuber. He really has a lot of strong academic background. I'm just checking back here for skulls every time. He's a chief investment officer. I think his advice is generally incredible. And he's kind of who I would pinpoint as the number one. There's a couple others, but I won't bore you with them. I think, honestly, he is all you need. I mean, obviously, like, Plain Bagel and, like, Money Guys are all pretty good. If you're in debt and you're shit, like, if you're, like, really bad with money, like, Dave Ramsey is okay. He gets a lot of hate. As far as getting out of debt goes, he's probably the best guy out there.
There's a large tower a few
Nice, more
hundred
shotgun
meters
ammo.
from your current position. Find a way above the fog and foliage canopy, and I can move in and pick you up.
Let's do it. What's up, John? You John? Yeah, that's what I thought. A lot of shotgun ammo. Alright, let's go, boys. You guys following? Yeah, let's go. Get him. Get him. So this is a different entrance. Yeah, this is a different entrance. Cool. I like it. Shotgun's goated, thankfully. But yeah, that's kind of my financial rant. I've been really into... Ever since I started making real money, so I guess 2019, I've been very into how to stop working at some point in my life is the best way to explain it. Whether that's retiring early, whether that's like going part-time at some point and just having, you know, complete time freedom to do what I want. That's kind of the goal. I'd much rather be working on, like, I love my work, don't get me wrong. Like, I think compared to most people, I'm like, absolutely love what I do for work. But I would love to do it on my own terms more than a job would allow, if possible, you know? So, like, it's not even that I would retire completely and just start jacking off, right? It would be, you'd have that kind of time back to yourself to decide exactly what to do. Yeah. This This entire trek is kind of not as good as it used to be, but that's okay. I do like how the swamp looks. The inside didn't look that great, to be honest. It was okay. There's a lot of kind of display glitches, but the swamp itself, I fuck with. This is nice. But ever since then, I've done a lot of reading on personal finance. Like, I invested all the way through COVID, you know. I'm not saying that COVID's not nearly as bad as things can get. Things could get much worse than COVID, that's the thing. So I'm not trying to say, like, oh, since I invested through COVID without selling and shit like that, and I know how bad things can get, doesn't mean, like, it's as bad as things can get. Things can get a lot worse. But I have had not as much nowadays. I'm a little less on it. I was highly obsessed with personal finance, good investments, or like investment advice, budgeting, stuff like that. And I think so far I've done very well in terms of money management myself. So far in my career, I am only 27, so you know. Obviously, literally take anything you say from my little Halo diary with a grain of salt. Kill these guys. The level should be ending soon, so I appreciate you listening to me ramble. If you found any personal finance stuff interesting, me just ranting about it, let me know. I'll maybe make some more content around that in the future. Who knows? I do love talking about it. The thing with personal finance, though, is it's so boring and basic and repetitive once you know the actual important things. It's kind of a field that once you know what actually is important and what to focus on, there's literally nothing else. It's very simple. It's not easy to execute, but it's simple to know. Oh shit, they got a shotgun. That's really bad. Okay, we're good. It's very easy to know, but actually executing is the hard part. And the kind of mental fortitude to execute correctly long term is not easy at all in the slightest. So, but my point is that when it comes to making personal finance content, and I find a lot of personal finance YouTubers run into this when I watch their content, is they just end up being broken records. They just repeat the same shit over and over and over again. And I mean, there's always new people looking for that info. So once there is a new person, you know, trying to get into personal finance and you see them, it is helpful to them because you'll be earlier in the algorithm and you can help them out and whatnot. But as you could only learn so much, and then it just gets repetitive. And that's what I've ran into. So I've been a lot less into it recently. I kind of have the core figured out, and I'm more so just waiting.
Area stick clear. I think that's the last of it. Let's get out of here before any more show up. Come on.
And it does sound a little egotistical, I guess, to say that there's not that much more to learn, but I really think in terms of personal finance and stuff like that, you need to cap how much you're learning, because if you go too far, you will completely go off the rails potentially, depending on the kind of person you are. But anyways, that's my rant. Welcome to my personal Halo diaries, and I'll see you guys in the library. Hopefully it is not as shit as the original game.
Where'd you go?
Cheers.
Chief!